Welcome back to another video. So today we are back to review the last two Chainsaw Man chapters, chapter 203 and 204. So I took a little break, so I wasn't able to cover chapter 203 when it came out. And also, you'll notice on the channel that chapter 202 review is gone because it got copyright strike or whatever. It's going through the whole counterclaim fiasco, so it should be back on the channel in like a week or two. So that chapter will be coming back, so don't worry about that if you haven't seen it yet. But we're going to continue on and stuff like that. I'm very excited to talk about these last two chapters. I'm glad I let it build up because sometimes I forget that reading a manga weekly isn't the same as reading it together. Like, I feel like Chainsaw Man is one of those stories that I love. Chainsaw Man, I love it with all my heart. I think it's one of the best things I've ever read, one of my favorite things I've ever read. But also, I think it's one of those things that it is super better when you're reading it like all together, especially like all of part 1, all of part 2. I feel like a lot of people that don't like part 2 need to go back and reread all of it all together, because all together it's super good. It's amazing. I feel like you can actually feel like all of the setups are really good, and I feel like Chainsaw Man is definitely one of those series that is what's the word, lessened or hurt by the fact that it is weekly. But anyway, that was a tangent or anything like that. Let's get into the last two chapters, which, by the way, if you want to skip to like me talking about chapter 204 because of obvious things, right? And this video is timestamped, so if you don't want to listen to me talk about chapter 203, you can just skip to 204 and stuff like that. So let's start the chapter. So the chapter 203 begins with the fake Chainsaw Man still attacking Denji with the human hostages. And every punch he's trying to hit on Denji, it's actually missing. And the hostages are saying, wait, like it hurts. And Denji's like, damn it, I feel bad for this. And then all the people, the hostages are all screaming like, Chainsaw Man, help us, it hurts, and all that other stuff. And then one guy says, Chainsaw Man, if you dodge his punches, it hurts like hell for the people close to his fist. And then Denji's like, what do you want me to do? Like, bring a cushion? Like, get hurt? And then the guy's like, oh, I got it. Aim for his heart. That way, maybe only he'll die and we'll survive. And then they're just like, oh, like in a video game, like when you beat a boss, don't the minions disappear too, though? And then they're like, no, we're not minions. Like, bro, just try it. And then fake Chainsaw Man jumps up and basically does like a smash attack on Denji. And Denji able to dodge it, right? And Denji actually like runs up and sees fake Chainsaw Man's heart and is about to go for him. But then everyone's just like, wait a second, like, I'm here. And it's a face that pops up from the heart. And Denji sees it, hesitates, and gets punched so hard, bro. Like, this impact panel from Fujimoto was absolutely amazing. You could tell this shit hurt so much because you see Denji's tongue literally coming out. And then he's flown right into the building. And so he lands in the building, right? He's just like, damn. And then Asa actually ends up popping up and says, you can't win if you feel sorry for them. And Fujimoto ain't slick. If you look at this kind of like silhouette, it kind of gives Makima. It kind of gives like any women figure in Denji's life. And I like that he does that. Like, whenever he shows like the silhouette, it's kind of like him calling back to the fact that Denji is getting Makima vibes from Asa and Yoru now. And then Denji says, but if I kill them, there'll be fewer people who like me. I don't like that. And Asa's like, even if you did save them, you soon be forgotten. Case in point, Asa was popular too, and she was forgotten in no time. It's funny that Yoru says that because this is true, but also not true. Chainsaw Man and Asa are in totally different levels of popularity or notoriety, you know what I'm saying? Like, Denji, Chainsaw Man, the devil, is literally known throughout hell, known through everywhere. Asa and Yoru were not known throughout hell like that, and also they were known as like a devil hunter, but like their clout compared to like Denji's clout is different, but I get what she's trying to say. Asa says, should I give you a hand? And Denji looks like he's about to say like maybe like yes or something like that. And then both of them are taken aback when the building starts to rise. And we see that it's the fallen devil back on the battlefield to help out with fake Chainsaw Man and stuff like that to cause more terror around the world. And then Fallen Devil says, humans be afraid and become prime ingredients. And then we cut down to see that there's a bunch of people on the ground, and we also see the Flaming Devil like in fear, like, yo, the Fallen Devil is tweaking, is she gonna throw this building at me? And that's the end of the chapter. Very interesting chapter. I remember when it came out, I was actually excited to see more and more of the Denji versus fake Chainsaw Man fight. And also we get to see that the Fallen Devil is joining the fight, which is just once again adding more and more hype to this whole situation. But the chapter wasn't as big as the next chapter. Like, this video is mostly going to be dedicated to the next chapter. So let's just get straight into it. No lollygagging. So the next chapter begins where Asa Yoru realizes that, yo, this building doesn't belong to anyone now because it's destroyed, which means it's mine. And she says, my building sword, and turns the building into a sword, right? And so Denji ends up catching Asa, and they end up falling on the ground. And you can see like Denji's durability and attack potency is so high now, and we're gonna see that throughout this chapter. But him being able to just land straight on his feet and not break any of his shit is hilarious. You can see that he's taken aback by him saying like ow and him falling over a little bit, but that shit, he's fine. Like, he's doing totally fine. This makes me low-key want to remake my Devil's tier list, talking about their power, their durability type list, because the current Denji would probably be like top 3, not top 3, probably like he's definitely top 10. I don't know where I would rank it. I would love to do a video like that again, maybe like a big like, or maybe do like a stream of me going through that. But Denji is definitely like one of the strongest characters in the show. We even get confirmed more of that later on when we talk about the guy. But let's continue. So Asa says, that's her, the fallen devil. I'm strong enough to kill her now too. Denji, if you still aren't done by the time I get back, I'll kill that phony chainsaw man my way, right? And then Asa Yoru walk away to go fight the fallen devil. And the funny part about this panel to me was Asa was like, ooh, the fallen devil, I can get my get back. Yoru and Asa were like, yes, we're getting our get back. She made me relive the horrible memory of my, basically, the foster parent or whatever, or the person that was running the adoption center, the orphan center, basically killed her cat for no reason, just because she was upset that she was happy about having some type of family still. Anyway, I like that she's gonna get her get back, right? And so Denji turns around and sees fake chainsaw man going towards his direction, and Denji's like, I guess I have no choice. Like, I guess I have no choice. I have to kill basically these hostages and fake chainsaw man because Asa's gonna do it anyway, right? And then Denji tries to do one last trick where he's like, hey, I'll let you live, so set those people in your body free. And he's like, you're weak, dude. You can't beat me just by swinging your arms around. And it's once again showing that, like, the fake chainsaw man's power isn't, like, crazy. Like, you'll see later on in this chapter, but his power is definitely underwhelming compared to other devils. And from my theories about how, like, he's only, like, basically getting his powers from the fire devil, and this is just, like, the fire devil's best way of imitating Chainsaw Man. So he's not gonna have like the exact durability or physical feats, but it is like showing the crazy difference in their power that Denji's gonna do something crazy. So Denji basically says like, damn it, like I have to do this, and then he dodges fake Chainsaw Man's attacks and says, don't cross on a red light. And I believe he says this because he's finding any small reason to where he won't feel bad about killing fake Chainsaw Man and the hostages. If he, in his head, sometimes Denji does that where like he tries to find small stuff to make it feel good or make him not feel as bad for doing something bad. Like right now, he's thinking about, dang, these people are crossing the stoplight. That's not good, and I don't like bad people that don't follow the law, so I'm going to kill them. That's basically like, it's a weird mindset, but this is like his mindset that sometimes he does to where it helps him just sleep better at night. Just helps him able to do the tough things like this. Kind of like how when he had to kill Aki when he was the gun devil fiend, he didn't have to do this stuff like that, but he basically had to be like, yo, these people need me and stuff like that. And he just finds ways for him to sleep better at night. And so after Denji says that, he ends up cutting the fake Chainsaw Man's head and then just no difference, just slices him in half, right? And when I saw this, I was just like, dang, like, dang. It just shows the difference in power between the two, because it just shows that fake Chainsaw Man's like blades are just not even as strong as normal Denji or normal Chainsaw Man and stuff like that. And basically, Denji is just in a whole different class of demon or devil, right? And so we actually see something positive happen to Denji, where after he defeats fake Chainsaw Man, all of the humans that didn't get like cut in half or anything like that, the ones on the arms that weren't on the fist, they all end up turning back into human. And so you actually see like all of them turn back into human. Even the guy that was at the punch brute force, like the knuckles of the fake Chainsaw Man's punches, he's also okay. His face is messed up because, you know, he's been getting hit in the face, but he's alive. Like, he still has a body. And you see all the people are like, return back, oh my god, my clothes are gone though, and like we gotta call an ambulance. And even the guy that was getting punched in the face is like smiling, and then they turn around and they just see Denji and it says, good thing it worked like a video game, huh? And they just see him covered in arms and guts. And I think this is like one of the guts of like, I think it's the dude in the middle. So remember there was from the last chapter, there was that dude that was in the middle of the heart that basically Fake Chainsaw Man was using to basically stop Denji from wanting to cut him. So that guy's one of the ones that ended up dying, because there was no way he was gonna like get through Fake Chainsaw Man without cutting him. He was in the middle, so he was cooked, right? And so all the other people see that and they're like, oh my god, we gotta run away and call an ambulance and stuff like that. And so Denji's like, damn. And the piece of the human that he had to cut through just falls down, right? And then we get the biggest reveal of the chapter, and one we've been waiting on for so long, that I've talked about multiple times. We see someone say, you really are strong, Chainsaw Man. And he turns around and it's the Fire Devil! Oh my god, bro. I remember when I saw this for the first time, I was like, oh my god, we're finally seeing the Fire Devil. I've talked about the Fire Devil, it feels like, for the last like 10 videos. Constantly having to bring up the fact that the Justice Devil was not the Justice Devil was not the Justice Devil, and everyone was making actually contracts with the Fire Devil and all other stuff, and then the Caterpillar Devil was actually the Justice Devil, and it's a lot. It was a lot, and I'm finally glad we're here. Like, we're here, and we actually get to see the Fire Devil. They look cool as shit. They have like this little like, they kind of have branches and stuff like that, which makes sense because, you know, like forest fires and stuff like that. And they kind of have like this like robe type thing. It looks really, really sick. It kind of reminds me of Fujimoto's other work. Yeah, Fire Punch, which I've never got to read yet. And if y'all want me to read it and maybe like review it or talk about my thoughts on it, I'll definitely one day want to do that. But anyway, the Fire Devil says, pleased to meet you. I'm the Fire Devil, right? And then Denji's like, oh yeah? Like, what, do you want to fight me too? And then the Fire Devil says, no, I merely have a question. I was inside him this entire time. Do you remember his face? And we see the silhouette of a face. And this is where the chapter leaves off, and we have a 2-week break. Bro, this means that today we got the Fire Devil reveal, right? But the next chapter, unless it just cuts to Asa versus the Fallen Devil, Asa and Yoru versus the Fallen Devil, this should be the reveal of who Fake Chainsaw Man has been this whole time. And I still have no idea who it is. I still have no idea. It's not Sege Koku like I thought it was. It definitely is not. And so I have no idea who it could be. It's not Haruka. It's definitely not Haruka. And I can't think of any other character in the story right now in part 2 that it could be. But I know it's probably gonna be someone that we were like, just saw and we just never thought about, maybe. And I'm really, really excited for it. I hope they reveal it next chapter, but they, like I said, they might just cut to the Asa versus Yoru fight. But we will finally soon get the reveal of who Fake Chainsaw Man was this whole time. And I think the craziest things would be if it's someone from part 1. Like, if it ends up being like some weird version of Aki or something. Like that shouldn't happen. That's not possible. It shouldn't be possible. But something weird like that would be actually crazy. Like, I'm ready to be shocked. I'm ready for Fujimoto to work his magic and just be like, oh my god, I should have known. I should have known it was going to be this person. How did I not see this? So, I'm very, very excited. But once again, very, very excited to finally see the Fire Devil and to see that the Fire Devil is definitely one of those devils, kind of like the Future Devil, where it seems like they just make contracts with people, but they're not really like a fighting type devil. They're not going out of their way trying to like fight and do all the other shit. They probably are more of like just making contracts and stuff like that. But it's very interesting. But I want to see more around the reason why Fire Devil specifically chose to copy Denji. Maybe because like the person that had the Fire Devil inside of them, that's what their desire was, to be like Chainsaw Man, so maybe that's why. But I'm definitely more interested in not only to see the reveal of the Fake Chainsaw Man, but also to know more about the Fire Devil, like know their whole story behind it, their whole like stuff like that. And maybe even the Fire Devil can work with Denji, because they said, I'm not there to fight you, you know, and stuff like that, just might have a question. Maybe Fire Devil's down with the cause to fight the Death Devil, especially because they were doing the whole Chainsaw Man church with fake Chainsaw Man and stuff like that, and nobody knows that the person that said they was faming is actually the Death Devil yet. So maybe if they know that that's the Death Devil, maybe they'll team up with Denji, do some cool shit. I don't know. But this chapter, once again, just rejuvenalizes my hype for Chainsaw Man, and I'm super excited for next chapter. But thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit that bell, post it consistently. And let me know down below what you think about this chapter, about the Fire Devil, and who do you think the fake Chainsaw Man is, and are we going to get the reveal next chapter? And also, while I'm doing these manga reviews, I definitely have talked about it on my community post, but I definitely want to start uploading more stuff on the side, like gaming videos. Like, this channel used to be a gaming channel before I even started doing manga reviews, but I'm starting to, like, burn out a little bit on just making manga videos, and I low-key want to make videos with my friends, like gaming videos, like, and stuff like that, like play other games like Marvel Rivals, Bleach Reaper for Souls, just City of the Wolves, fighting games again on the channel, just not to replace the manga stuff, but just to, in addition, so you can watch the manga stuff and the anime stuff that I cover, or anything I talk about, but also you can I also have gaming videos of me playing like Yu-Gi-Oh, or me playing like any game. Let me know what you think about it down below, and hopefully maybe in like a week or so I'll start to do that. Like, I'll start to sprinkle it in with the manga stuff, so you'll see something soon. But thank you guys for watching the video, like I said, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.